Let's assume that we have some data about a person that we want to save in our code. A list might seem like a reasonable choice, but when you come back to your code after a while, you will look at this list and you would say, what is this number 28? What does it mean? Is it the age of the person? Is it the years of the experience? Is it the badge number? So basically, it is not clear what this number means by just looking at the list. So the problem with lists is that there are no labels telling us what this 28 means. Is it the age or what is it? Of course, in the case of Maria, it's obvious that it's probably the name of the person, but the 28 here is not clear. So if we shouldn't use lists for these types of data, what should we do then? What type of data structure should we use? So the solution is to have our data labeled. For example, we have the label name and then the value Maria. We have the label age and then the value 28 and so on. Just like a dictionary that we can look up a word and then see what it means, or our contact in our phone that we look at the name and we see the number. We can do this in Python using dictionaries. The way we define dictionaries in Python is very simple. We have a key, for example, name, and the value, in this case, Maria. So let's say we want to save the information about the person. We define a variable called person, and then with the equal sign, we open these curly brackets. The curly brackets in Python means that we're defining a dictionary. And then we put our keys, in this case, name, and then colon, and then the value, which is the string or text, Maria. And then our second key is age, again colon, and its value is 28, which is integer. And then finally we have job, which is our third key, and the value is engineer. By using a dictionary instead of a list, it's super clear that what all of these values mean. So if you look at our code, we immediately realize that, oh yeah, 28 is the age of the person. So it's super clear. Now, if we want to look up a value in our dictionary, we can use the key to access the value. For example, person, then we open the brackets, and then we put the key, which is job. And then if we print this, it will return engineer, the value of the key. And what if we forgot where the person lives? For example, let's say we want to add another key to our dictionary, in this case city. We can do it by again using the dictionary variable person, and then inside the brackets we write our new key, in this case city, and then we can assign a value to it. It's very simple. Now let's see this in action in actual code. So let's save all our information about the person in a dictionary. We will define a dictionary called person, and with curly brackets, this is already a dictionary in Python. At the moment it's empty, but we want to have some keys and values. We want to have a key called name, and the name is, let's say, Maria, and then for the next key value pair we separate it with this comma. Now we can have our next key, age, let's say 28, and finally our last key was job, and let's say engineer. All right, now we have defined a dictionary which has 3 keys. So let's print our dictionary. I'm gonna also print the type of the variable to check if it's a dictionary. Let's run this. And we see indeed our dictionary is printed out here. And we see here class dict, which means a dictionary in Python. All right, let's say we made a mistake for the age and it's not 28, but it's 25. We can change this very simply with these brackets, and then we type in the key age, and basically we replace it, we overwrite it. So now with 25. And let's print the person, the dictionary again, and let's run it, and now we see that the age has changed. Now, what if we want to add a new key? Let's say the city. We can do it by again typing the name of the variable and then with the brackets and our new key, let's call it city. Let's assign London. Now I'm gonna again print the variable, and we'll see now that we have the one more key value pair. Now, if we want to know all the keys for a given dictionary, we can use the .keys method. So let's say we have our dictionary. If we do .keys, this will give us back, if we run this, it will give us the list of all the keys, which might be useful. Or if we want the values, we can do this with .values. And this will, if we run it, it will give us back only the values as a list. Let me create another code cell. Another useful method for dictionaries is .items. Let's say items, our dictionary .items. Let's print this to see what it gives back. And we see that this variable items is basically a pair of key and value. So the key was name, value was Maria, age was a key, and its value was 25, and so on. This dot items is very useful if we want to loop over all our keys and value pairs. For example, we can do for key value in person.items. And then we can, for example, just print and say key is key and print value is value. All right. So basically what we're doing here is to looping over each of these key value pairs. So the first time we will have name and Maria as the key and value. Second time it will be age and 25, and each time we will print this. Let's run this and it will be more clear. We see the first time the key is name and the value is Maria. We see it also here. Second time in the for loop we will get the key and value age and 25, and so on. This is very useful, and you will use it a lot. And finally, similar to lists, if we want to know how many key value pairs our dictionary has, we can use the len function. So I'm going to print it that we can see the value lengths of our person. So if we run this, we will see that our dictionary has 4 key value pairs. In this video, we learned about one of the most important Python data types, dictionaries. And we saw why we need Python dictionaries and also how we can use them and how we can work with them. In the next video, we will learn about the try and except statement. Until then.